because principles are for poor folk, and I am poor folk. Hi, my name is Yolanda, and welcome back to my channel. Sometimes I'm caught between competing desires, leading by example, and just doing what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, no apologies. I am an unapologetic woman. It has gotten me in a ton of trouble, interpersonally, professionally. I only apologize when I am sorry. If I do not feel that I'm going to correct my behavior, if I'm going to continue to act in the way that I am, good, bad, or indifferent, I'm not going to apologize for it. Or explaining in depth the second desire, to explain in depth, to kind of teach, to talk about the issues which concern us. And since it's come up in my comments, it's come up in my discussions with other women here on this platform, it has come up in Reddit. Listen, I told you, I'm not above the drama, I'm not above the mess. I look out, I see things in the world, and every once in a while I have to express myself. Let's talk about money. Specifically, since I can only speak for myself, let's talk about my money. I'm going to explain to you, I'm not a rich woman. I have never made six figures in my life, and I probably won't. You know why? Because principles are for poor folk, and I am poor folk. The most I've ever made in salary is $60,000 a year, and that was a decade ago. I have been an independent contractor for the last decade. Sometimes I make more, sometimes I've made significantly less, depending on what's going on with me for whatever particular reason. If I need to take time off, living the freelance lifestyle has allowed me to do that, and sometimes I've really needed to take time off. I suffer from PTSD, depression, and debilitating anxiety and agoraphobia at times. In order to get the help that I need, sometimes I just have to not work. It is what it is. It's come up a couple of times in my comments, and in general my comments are overwhelmingly positive. I love them. Keep talking, keep engaging. Don't come over here with that bullshit though. Do not. If it's not in the video for whatever particular reason, that's non sequitur. Look, I'm a debate team nerd. Non sequitur or arguments are going to either get ignored because I'm going to leave it up and be like, look at this fool, or two, you're going to get dragged and deleted. Goodbye. This money issue, and it came up. I thought that I had gotten over all of any weirdness culturally being a black woman I had about money. Money is important. It is a system in which we barter and exchange information, ideas, goods, and all of that other stuff. And it is central to our survival. Don't count my pennies. Don't count my pennies. I have worked almost my entire life. I got my first job when I was 10 years old. 10 years old, and I've been working ever since. Worked myself up. I need to calm down. I have worked my entire life. I started working when I was 10 years old. It was a part-time job. My first job was bagging groceries. I got mugged on my first day for my little bag of pennies. Up until present day, I'm 46 years old. You do not get to count my pennies. You do not get to say what I deserve. You do not get to say, like, me having nice things is inappropriate. And, like, I get this a lot because I'm black and a woman. What I spend, how I spend it, is none of anybody's business until I make it somebody's business. If I come on here and I explicitly say I need money for A, B, and C, know that I need money for A, B, and C. If that never happens, then you don't get to judge. You don't get to judge what I do with my money, because honestly, like, I would rather have one Pat McGrath palette than 10 ColourPop palettes. It's all on preference. I've had times when I didn't have it. There was no food on the table. As a child and as an adult, I have been subjected to poverty, and it was through no fault of my own. Nothing in my behavior would have changed that fact. When I am flush, I am flush, and that does not change, one way or another incrementally based on my purchases. I wish the women of YouTube would stand up and say, you know what? This isn't my hobby. This is my job. Or I am interviewing for the job that I want. If I could sit and talk about makeup and beauty and fashion and movies and socionics, philosophy, politics, racism all day long, if I can get paid to do that, that's what I'd love to do. I would love to love what I do. And I love to think, and I love to write. And this is me expressing, in part, two of those desires. So I would love to have a job doing what I love. It would still be work. I haven't gotten over the fact that I have to look at myself while I do this. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get good enough at this so that it does not matter, or I'll just get used to looking at my face. But this is a shock to me. This is a shock to me. If, like, for someone who talks a lot about makeup, very rarely do I get on camera with it on, because, like, it's weird. It's like talking to a stranger. So I have to be as comfortable as I possibly can make myself, bodily comfortable, in order to do this. I'm self-conscious. I'd never ever thought that would be something that I would ever be self-conscious, because out in the universe or during lives, I'm not self-conscious at all. But just sitting here talking to myself, this takes a lot of nerve. It takes a lot of nerve. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of thought. And for me, just starting out, it takes a lot of planning, which is not my strong suit. So, that being said, this is work. This is legitimate and a lot of times really good work. 100%. 100% of my makeup collection is influenced by what I see on here or Instagram. 100% of my collection. I didn't know anything about makeup 5 years ago. I had a couple of lipsticks, a couple of MAC products, and that's it. And my daughter came and she absconded with the little bit of makeup that I had. I got into beauty YouTube from watching hair YouTube, and I've been here ever since. And I'm probably never going to leave. So, back to the money. I wish that there would be a stance on what is going on here. If this is your job here on YouTube, if this is how you make your money, talking about selling, even, tangentially talking about and selling makeup, this is your job. Or you're interviewing for said fantasy job. Hobbies generally do not generate money, okay? I knit. And then I give away the scarves I create or the blankets that I make. That is my hobby. I make YouTube videos. This, I hope, turns into some kind of substantial work. If it does not work out that way, and we'll find out in a year, I probably won't be doing it. People are here to make money, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Repeat after me. There's nothing wrong with it. I've watched male creators ask for money. I've watched male creators with all of the sponsored content. I have watched male creators, sell their own goods here. And no one ever in the comments, you never see them come back and say, you know what, I got clocked for having too much sponsored videos. It's only women. Why can't women make money in this country without feeling bad about it? Especially when we have gone through the movement where we make our own money, we are in charge of our own agency. We're supposed to be feminists, right? Most of us care about that. Like, I really, really, really dislike the discourse around women, especially women creators in the beauty space, and money. Be unapologetic about it. There's nothing to apologize for. I wouldn't have all of the beautiful makeup that I have if I didn't watch a lot of YouTube. I am completely and totally aware of that. One of the best videos I ever watched on this platform across my varied interests was Michelle Wong talk about how she made her YouTube money. It wasn't AdSense. She said, people click on my links. And then I knew that in order to do my best as a consumer to support the people that I like watching, who I spend a lot of time with, the best way to support them is to click through their links, to make all of my purchases ultra personal. If you go into, and this, I don't know what the commission structure for department store employees is anymore. I have not worked in retail in a very, very long time. So if you know, let me know in the comments. But if someone sells me something, they earn a commission for selling it to me. And they have to be nice, and they have to be personable, and, you know, like, they have to try and be my friend, even though I know exactly what they're doing. They're selling me something. It's the same thing here. The sales ladies of YouTube, think about it. Think about it. Even at my, like, tiny size, if I came up with a product and I said, this is the thing that is going to solve your problem. This is going to clear up your skin, and, you know, everybody's going to love you. If I was in a physical store, I would be able to sell maybe 10 of my face potions, maybe 10 of them. I might encounter 100 people in that day, and 10% of them are going to buy the thing that I said that I was going to send them. On my most successful video, 6,000 people watched that video. If I was selling something in that video besides my own thought, then if 1% of the people bought what I was selling, 60 people, I would have sold 60 products, and I would have earned a percentage of that. It's very, very simple. Like, we know that we're being sold makeup. We know that we're being sold brushes. Sometimes we're being sold lifestyle stuff, and it's all okay. If you didn't know that you're being sold something, news alert. You are being sold something, regardless of whether the person intends to sell it to you or not. Kudos to you. Now, I worked a legitimate job for years. And I told you about this job that I made, you know, $60,000 at. I was an accountant, okay? I was not management. Like, I was, I guess, in the supervisor class because I had 2 people working under me. But I learned how to do company taxes for the entire organization, for all of North America, in 3 months. Our tax manager got pregnant. They did not hire someone to come in and do this. They trained me to do it, and because companies is going to do what companies do and take advantage and grind and, you know, like, squeeze everything out of you, people knew that I had a reputation for learning anything and then being able to teach that thing. So I was not only a revenue accountant and had my own responsibilities, I was also the software trainer. Anytime that we got any new software, they would give it to me. Anytime we got any new hardware, credit card machines became a thing while I was working there. I was the person who taught everybody in the company how to use those machines. So I went from airport to airport, like, and taught all of the staff how to do this. Did I know that there's a whole entire job function where that person just does that? So I was doing my job. I was doing the job of a trainer. I was doing the job, a supervisor job, because I had people working underneath me. And come tax time, I did the company's taxes. And a year later, when we went through it, and I was doing that job for a year, even when the tax manager came back, because I had to catch her up to speed. I had to go through an internal audit, and then we went through a real audit. So I was there for all of that, and that took time and energy. And you know what I got? Did I get a raise? No. Did I get a promotion? No. I got a certificate for outstanding coverage. This certificate for outstanding coverage was awarded to me, Yolanda, in recognition for your outstanding achievement in filing and paying the company's taxes during my absence. And that's what I got. That's what I got. I saved the company, a lot of money. Did I see any of it? No, I got an attaboy and a certificate. An attaboy and a certificate, okay? So, and I started having problems ever since. When I asked for a raise, I got reprimanded. When I refused to do anything outside of my job function because I was not getting paid for it, I was a bad team player. I was a bad cultural fit. I also got a reprimand. There's no winning in this system. There's no winning in the system. All we can do is be as responsible as we can with the money that we have and enjoy it, because it's not coming with us. I'm the single mother of a single child. She has taken all of my money and half of my makeup. She is the joy of my life. She is off to college. She's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. But if something comes up, a medical emergency, I'm not going to be okay. And my makeup purchases have nothing to do with me not being okay. Because if you compile, and I do have a list, I know exactly what my budget is, I know what I spend, where it goes, how it goes. I'm organized in that way because money is super important. I've been poor. I've been broke. I've been poor and broke. I've been broke without being poor because I was supposed to have money and someone took it from me. I've been taken advantage of. Like, I have taken the reins of my financial freedom through divorce. I've had to work my way out of debt, extreme debt, that I did not tabulate. I paid off a $40,000 car that I never drove. Marriage. Women lose in marriage. A note on charity. I've given. Okay, I have given to charity. I've done a fundraiser for one of my marathons and given that money away and didn't give a thought about it because once it's gone, it's gone. Let's talk about makeup purchases versus taking care of something else and fundraising. One, if you're truly charitable, you give and you do not look back. And it was my decision to do that. That's my agency to give my money away to a cause, a person, a thing. And I've done all of those things. And I don't think about it. When I say don't mention it, I mean don't mention it because I don't want to talk about it. And it's not because I don't want to talk about it because of distaste, because there's nothing to talk about. I chose to give you something. And to me, the true marker of whether or not you are charitable is not judging and moralizing about what a person does afterwards. Either you've been a good judge of character or you haven't. I have a pair of slides that are older than my daughter. She's going to throw these away. She hates them. It's the bane of her existence, watching me walk around in these slides. I have them. They are still functional, sort of. But these slides, I played rugby matches, and after the match, in order to soothe my aching feet, I've put on these slides. I have run 3 marathons. Slides. I have painted my house. You see the paint flecks on here? I did it in these slides. These slides have, they're an institutional thing with me. Part of my makeup. They've been with me through my pregnancy and recovering from the horrific, and I mean the horrific experience of giving birth and recovering from that. I couldn't put anything on my feet except for these slides. So, that being said, I love these slides. I love these slides. And I'm going to have to let them go. It's an illustration of my connection to a thing. If a thing is working for me for whatever particular reason, I will hold on to it forever. And I've held on to these slides which have lost their insert over the years. These slides moved cross country with me twice. So I moved from New York to Florida, from Florida to the great state of California. These slides came with me. Memories attached to the slides, highs, lows. These slides were with me during my divorce. These slides have been in hand to throw at my daughter playfully. playfully. When I get frustrated with whatever nonsense that she's coming to me with, or occasionally when she comes in here and burgles me for my makeup. These slides have traveled across rooms, they've traveled across country. I love these slides. I have a car, Susan, the Subaru. She has 100,000 miles on her, and I will put 100,000 miles on her. I will drive that car until the wheels fall off. And actually, I've gone through 3 sets of tires with that car. Listen. I'm not going back into a car dealership. You couldn't pay me enough money to go shopping for a car. I enjoy makeup. I'm going to buy it. I enjoy luxury makeup. I enjoy independent makeup. Sometimes, the best of all things, luxury independent makeup. That's where I'm at. And I am comfortable with the amount of money that I spent. When I become uncomfortable with it, I'll probably make a video about it. But I'm okay. If you took up all of the purchases that I have made in the last 5 years of makeup and put it in investment, I would have probably lost every penny of it, because I've been through a recession. I've been through economic downturns. I'm 46 years old. I've seen it all. And I do have an investment account. It doesn't have very, very much in it. You know why? Because the stock market is volatile. Okay? That's just the way that it is. Money comes, money goes. Let's not be weird about it anymore. All of this was brought on. Like, I wanted to talk about my slides in connection with what I've been clocked with a couple of times in my comments. Those comments have been deleted. Oh, you must be rich. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. The most I've ever made at a salaried job was $60,000. That's it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. That's it. It's not even the middle of anything, because I've always lived in a large municipality. I'm not a rich woman. I'm probably not going to be a rich woman, and I'm okay with where I am in life. I'm secure in the choices that I make financially. If I didn't have a stitch of makeup, I'd be a few $1,000s richer. That doesn't make a difference in my life. I can't buy a car with that money. I can't buy a house with that money. I own a house that I can't live in because of racism, but that's another story. I am tired of being clocked for having nice things. I've earned my nice things. And I'm not apologetic about it. My behavior is not going to change. Sometimes I have things for a season. Sometimes I have things for a reason. I've had these slides for a reason, and I've had them for 21 seasons. An ode to my slides. I love these slides, but they have to go. And I have replaced them with something else. So the impetus for this, the reason why I'm on here, is that I wanted to do a haul. And it got weird. It got weird in my own head, because I am aware of the suffering of the world. I am aware that some people don't have enough to eat. I have been one of those people who have not had enough to eat. I know what that's like, and I can empathize with it. Right now, I'm in a place where I can have fun with the things that I have, and I am grateful for it. I am. But I'm not going to apologize for being who I am and doing what I'm doing under the system in which we live in, because it's not too much for me. When it becomes too much for me, I'll probably do a declutter video, and we'll talk about all of the feelings and things that are associated with that. But I need the women of YouTube to stop apologizing for having ambition, stop apologizing for wanting to succeed, to stop apologizing for being compensated for the things that we do. And if an emergency comes up or a situation comes up and people they offer to help you out, don't be weird about accepting that expression of love and gratitude. I enjoy the time I spend here on YouTube. I enjoy watching and observing and being entertained. There's something about the beauty space which opens up a way for me to communicate like this, but it is hard work. It is hard work. I'm not asking for money now. I'm not even close to being monetized. Actually, I'm halfway there in watch time and views. So please like, subscribe, because I would love to continue to do this. But I'm not going to pretend like it isn't work, that it isn't hard work to get on here and expose yourself for who you are, what you do, why you do it. Just speaking to camera is something that I actually do have to put time, intention, thought, and energy into, and I would love to get compensated for it one day. It's going to happen tomorrow? No. Hopefully it happens a year from now. If it doesn't happen a year from now, then I won't be here. Let's have our discussion about money. Let's talk about money in the comments. How are you weird about money? I'm going to do my haul, and I'm not going to apologize for any of the nonsense, any of the bullshit, as I said before in my previous video, that I bought, because it's not coming with me. And like, if my daughter inherits, she's going to inherit a house. She's going to inherit my car. I don't have very much other than that besides my love and good intentions. And that is my station in life, and I'm okay with that. Any woman that's on here talking about makeup has to purchase it. You have some makeup, even if you are a minimalist, and that is your uniform. I was in the service, and as someone who has served, I had to maintain my uniform. Maintaining my uniform, buying my uniforms, all of that costs money. And it was an investment that I made to be as good at my job as I possibly could be. The same thing holds true right here on YouTube, and it's not any less or more important. It's just something different. And I really, really, really wish everyone the best of success, as long as they're not lying about things. Because if you start lying, I'm going to... As long as you're not lying about it, about what you're doing. I don't think anybody ever got clocked, or I don't think anybody should be clocked for trying to sell something. But what happens is, if you're lying about it, and for me, that is a deep, like, I have a hard time socially. So like, if I can't believe you for whatever particular reason, then I'm going to call something out. That, you know, the whole Morphe brushes thing, that is the thing that has kind of spoiled it for everyone. But in general, my experience has been, most people here, when they are honest, I don't even give it a second thought. Most of us as viewers do not give it a second thought, because I think instinctively we know that this is work. So if you're working here on YouTube, get compensated for it. Just be honest about how that compensation is happening. And for me, that's good enough. If you have an emergency and people reach out to you and they really, really want to help, believe that they really, really want to help. Most charitable people, and I kind of count myself as one of those things, my love language is gift giving. I give excellent, excellent gifts. And service, acts of service. I have been in public service for the majority of my adult life, and that is, you know, how I express my love, is by giving things and time and energy. And having said all of that, I think I've run out of gas. Please like, comment, subscribe, start a discussion, talk about amongst this, you know, like, I would love to start a revolution. And the revolution is that as a woman, it is okay. It is okay to make money. It is okay to spend money on yourself. It is okay to have fun with the material goods that we have.